You know what really grinds my gears? Agile development grinds my gears and grinds your gears and grinds everybody's gears. And somehow we're all okay with it. Or maybe we're not okay with it, but we've accepted the mediocrity. But, anyways, I digress. So, buckle up, folks. Get comfy, put your kids to bed. Because what I'm about to say is going to be so painfully accurate and healing, it might cause a spontaneous burn down chart combustion. I'm talking about high octane, Scrum certified level of rage right now. Agile development is like communism on a whiteboard. It sounds amazing in theory, but collapses in practice under the crushing weight of real life. And Karen from product who still doesn't know the difference between a user story and her vision board. Let's start with the name, Agile. It sounds cool, huh? Sounds sexy. Sounds like you can do backflips. You know, so sexy, so nimble, so light on its feet. Agile sounds like it does parkour between microservices. It backflips into production and gives you a big wet kiss and says deployment is complete, baby. It's done. We have done work. We have delivered value. But in reality, Agile is the software equivalent of trying to turn Titanic with a paddle, while the orchestra is playing and your manager is on the deck screaming. Then you got daily stand-ups. Oh my gosh, daily stand-ups. I mean, when they're done well, they're done well. But when they're just, you ever want to simulate the psychological toll of slow torture? Just to stand in a circle every morning and say the same 3 sentences for 400 consecutive days. Yesterday, I worked on login. Today, I will work on login. My blocker is the login. Meanwhile, the next guy, every day, for the past 2 months, says, I'm still waiting on the API. And he's going to wait on that API so long, he's going to grow a beard, and Node.js is going to go up in a version, and still be waiting for the damn API. And the Scrum Master, bless their soul, stares at you like a caffeinated owl and says, great update, let's circle back on that. No more circling back. We've circled back so many times, we've created a black hole of productivity. Now we got sprint planning. Let's all sit down for 4 hours and pretend we can see the future. Sprint planning is just a group fan fiction at this point. How long will this take? Oh, about 3 points. I don't know. What's a story point worth? Nobody knows. We just guess and hope nobody questions it. You ever hear a team argue over whether something is 5 or an 8? It's like listening to a bunch of toddlers arguing if a dragon can beat a dog. And it matters just as much. It's so useless. Story points. What are even story points? They're fake numbers assigned to fake tasks in a fake universe where logic goes to die. Story points are like horoscopes for the managers. Oh, Mercury is in retrograde and this bug fix is a Fibonacci 13. Better push the release. What does that even mean? And then management comes in and says, well, last sprint we did 40 points and this sprint we only did 28. What's going on? Because, that's a measurement of effort nowadays. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Susan from marketing promised a client a dashboard that doesn't exist. Product added 50 new must-have features during planning, and the only developer who understands the payment system just rage quit and moved to the woods to raise goats. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. But anyways, that's what's going on. Then you got the Scrum Master in all of this, the Scrum Master. Effectively, a human calendar notification. By the way, everybody, if you want to create an AI that replaces a job, the Scrum Master. That's an easy one. So I digress. The human calendar notification, the high priest of process, the person who spends 8 hours a day in meetings just to tell you that you are not being productive. This is the person who's never written a line of code, but wants to know why the login bug is still open. Maybe, just maybe, when the requirements come from a drunken fever dream and your dependencies are still being written by the intern, you need more than a Jira ticket and hope. And their favorite phrase, oh Lord, can you please update the board? Sure, right after I updated my resume. And I'm pretty sure that every time a Scrum Master asks a developer to update the board, they update their resume and apply for 10 jobs. Then you got the retrospectives, or as I like to call them, the circle of lies, because everybody's lying to each other. What went well? Great team collaboration. What didn't go well? Scope creep and communication and team collaboration. Translation, everything was on fire and no one knew who had the extinguisher. But does anything ever change? Nope. You write it on a virtual sticky note, pretend to take action, and move on to the next sprint of emotional devastation. Retros are just therapy sessions where nobody cries, but everyone wants to. Then, of course, you got the board. Everyone's got a Jira board, a GitLab board, a GitHub board. Heck, do it in Excel for all I care. It doesn't matter, right? Boards is where dreams go to get labeled and then slowly rot under the in-progress status until they're either A, abandoned, B, merged with something completely unrelated, or C, pushed into tech debt abyss known as the backlog of shame. You got more columns than a Greek temple. You got ready for dev, in dev, dev review, waiting for a QA, QA testing, QA done, QA again because something broke, product review, designer review, stakeholder review, waiting for the moon phase alignment, and finally done but not deployed because Karen said no. And by the way, that's when you need feature flags, just letting you know. And then we solve all that problem. You deploy, and then Karen can decide when to turn it on. Now, here's the real kicker. It's not that Agile is a problem in itself. You could replace Agile with Waterfall, Kanban, Scrumban, Safe, Less, Crystal, XP, whatever that means, or literally voodoo rituals involving goat sacrifice. It won't fix a thing. Because here's the brutal truth. You can't fix broken software development by putting a process. It's like lipstick on a dysfunctional organizational pig. You can't. You just can't do it. If your marketing team is inventing features that no one can build, if your customer service department keeps promising refunds through the app that doesn't have a refund button, if digital strategy is just a PowerPoint with the words AI, NFT, and synergy highlighted in Comic Sans, if e-commerce is demanding Shopify speed with Amazon scale while paying you in pizza coupons, then no amount of process will save you. None. Zero. All Agile does at that point is turn engineering into a punching bag of the company. Engineering becomes the janitor of everyone else's bad ideas. And then when the project goes sideways, why didn't engineering deliver? Because you fed us a crap sandwich and expected us to turn it into a filet mignon, Steve. You want to fix it? Stop giving us flaming garbage from the top of the org chart and calling it a product vision. Stop running strategy like a game of telephone played by drunken toddlers. Stop confusing motion for progress. Stop doing agile theater and start actually thinking. So yeah, that's what grinds my gears. Agile, more like fragile. Because the only thing it breaks faster than software is the developer's will to live. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to update my blockers column to this entire job. Because that's what it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. So, after watching this, you say you want to know why things are slow, why product isn't shipping, why your developers look like raccoons who've seen unspeakable horrors, why every department is doing their best and yet the company's velocity is basically negative? So you want to know the truth? I mean, really? All right. But let me be clear. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. If you want someone to come in and toss around some buzzwords and tell you you're doing great, sweetie, go hire a consultant from Deloitte. They'll tell you that. And they'll charge you 500,000 for it. But if you're ready for someone to dig into every process, every system, every department, and show you what's actually broken, then yes, I can help you. I offer a technical audit service. I will take a look under every department, every process, every system. I will find the root causes of the problems, put it into a neat little document, and suggest some solutions. And then, if you want, help you implement them. So contact me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm accessible everywhere. Have a good one.